Had to show him as my first one. That's my son's little monkey guy. So that'll be fun. Okay, so my name is Jen O'Sullivan, and I am a health and wellness coach and advocate. I love all of this stuff when it comes to eating right and detoxing and helping people with emotional, relational, fitness, health and wellness, any issue that you have. Part of it stems from the fact that I don't view you as a person, I view you as a soul, and my goal is to help as many people as I possibly can. Okay, so this one that we're talking about right now is skin flushing, and we're not actually specifically talking about skin types, which someone just asked, like, what about oily skin? What about dry skin? Part of the issue is that you've got, your endocrine system is probably off balance a little bit. And so by following the detox method, if you look at the intro session of this on YouTube, you can actually see the what we're doing, and what it's going to do is help reset some of your systems. And why that is that we're drinking a lot of water, which is a big deal. And oftentimes the reason that we have oily skin or dry skin is simply because we don't have enough water. There's multiple other reasons, though, for why that could be what you've got going on. So I can't definitively say that's it. And I never will say definitively anybody is any one thing, specifically because each person is different and we all have different issues. And I don't know what you're eating, where you live, what you could be living in New York City and be like, why am I so oily all the time? I'll be because you've got like 100% humidity. So it just depends on what you're doing. Okay, so just as a side note, though, because you did ask, I highly recommend using grapeseed oil on your skin because that will help balance your skin. That is for combination skin, oily and dry, and it actually will help. People freak out by that. They say, well, if I have oily skin, why would I put grapeseed oil on my face? It works. So you're welcome to message me later if you connect me on Facebook, and I'm happy to help you understand why that works and how that works. But that's not what we're talking about today, because we're talking about skin flushing. And skin flushing is an understanding that we have our largest organ in our body is skin. And oftentimes we don't understand that. We talked about dry brushing, but this is a little bit different. Flushing is like, I see so many people that have these issues of their skin not breathing properly. And it's because their pores are messed up and their pores are potentially blocked, or there's scar tissue or other things going on that is causing their skins and their lymph nodes and everything inside not working properly, because the skin, that organ on the outside, is not cared for properly or has had some sort of attack in some way, shape, or form that now you've kind of killed those skin cells. And so when you start thinking about even sunscreens, for instance, and you're putting on sunscreens that are meant to help you, but then they're blocking your ability to breathe. I mean, I did this at a race one time. I was at a mountain bike race and I wanted to die because I put sunscreen on because it was during the day, and I'm very fair-skinned and I knew I was going to get fried. But I used a sunscreen that then didn't let me breathe, and I couldn't sweat. My body was not sweating out where it should be, and I was literally, it was awful. It was the most horrible feeling ever, and I swore I would never do that again. But it's like you get into this catch-22. It's like, well, what do you use? So the best way to flush your skin and help to ensure that it's working properly is to sweat. And oftentimes we're trying not to sweat, but I'm going to encourage you to try to do something that's going to cause you to sweat. And if that means sitting in a sauna, for 10 minutes, or going to take a yoga class that's hot yoga, I highly recommend doing that to help get your sweat glands moving. All that's going to do is it's going to help your skin start to remember that it can sweat and work properly. I mean, we're constantly putting deodorants that are antiperspirants because we don't want to perspire. And it's causing us to block up glands that need to perspire. It's causing them not to work. It's like use it or lose it type thing. So what I want you to do is potentially go and buy a deodorant or use a deodorant that is it allows you to sweat basically. And so what I recommend is using Purification. Just put 2 drops in your hand and rub it on your pits, and 2 drops on the other hand and rub it on your pits for detox week. So don't use anything that is going to not allow you to perspire. And then also go do something that's going to make you perspire. So whether that be an intense workout when it's a little warmer, you know, bring lots of water, hydrate yourself as much as you possibly can so that you can perspire. Oftentimes we're not perspiring because we don't have enough water in our system. And so we want to flush out our skin by simply perspiring, okay? So it's important for you guys to try this, to maybe sign up for a week-long, you know, a lot of times yoga studios will let you do a week for free. So try and find a hot yoga, or they'll let you do 1 class for free. So do that today or tomorrow, beginning of the week. Try and go in and sweat it out, okay? It is summer, so many of you guys live in areas that's easy for you. You can just walk outside and start sweating. So, you know, do some sort of sweat for at least 10 to 15 minutes if you can handle a full-on session of working out. Again, lots of water. We add oils to help keep hydrated as well. But hopefully that will help you to understand that you do need to get your skin to flush out a little bit, okay? So hopefully that will get you excited about maybe working out. I don't know. I have a hard time with that. I like to go ride a bike because I know it's funny though. When I ride my bike, I don't sweat as much, and then I come home and I'm done working out, and then I start sweating. And if I ride on my trainer, so I have like a, you know, trainer that keeps my inside, you just stick your bike on it, and if I ride on that, I sweat like a pig, and it's crazy because just that wind in my face when I'm riding, it will I'm not sweating as much. So it's pretty fascinating, but you do want to get your body sweating, okay? All right, so that's actually it for today, because the last method is your spine flush, which we're going to cover on Wednesday in the raindrop technique, and understanding why you might want to do a spine flush. Spine flushes are huge, you guys. It's probably one of the best, most effective way to rid yourself of toxins. Our spines have, they house about 80% of all the toxins that live in our body, and that's a pretty fascinating and pretty intense statistic to understand that it's wild. So we're going to cover that on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Periscope, and then I'm doing another session on Saturday at I think noon, 11 o'clock I think is what it was, and then Saturday the 22nd at noon again. So I'm going to do 3 sessions of those this month because it's super important. Again, my name is Jen O'Sullivan, and if you have any questions at all, connect to me on Facebook or go to Temple Sweep, and you can connect to me that way. Lots of ways to connect to me. I'm on Twitter. I'm all over the place. So if you look in Periscope under my profile, you'll see some of the websites that I'm on. But hopefully today is a good day for you guys, and that you eat your apples. Eat 1 every 2 hours. I've got my apples here. I got to eat another one right now. It's been a couple hours. And then my water, drinking tons of that. Ningxia Red, and your other stuff that you're using if you're using a protein shake, and eating as clean as you possibly can. Detox week is fun because you can just really start thinking about what you're putting in your body. But please do consider everything you're putting in your body. Go on MyFitnessPal if you want to connect to me on there. I'm on there, Jen O'Sullivan. I'd love for you to come in and see some of my meal plans and what I eat. I don't post every day, but most days I will. And you can see kind of what I'm doing and how much energy you will get from just this detox, okay? All right, love you guys, and I'm glad that you stuck with me, and we'll talk soon. Bye.